We know these big game developer companies like to fucking always screw around and mess around with these small indie games. Well, we have another news for you. Pokemon, when this game was being made in 2021, Pal Worlds. Okay, it was an open beta, they were still working on it, of course. Alright. Early access preview, okay? They turned the game, I call it, they made so much money off the game, making updates now, out of nowhere. Now, man, this lawsuit that Nintendo's doing, patient paper, whatever the hell you want to call it, they started this, like, a year after Palworld was being, done, made and stuff that. They didn't say nothing into Palworld, they didn't try to stop the game being made, they didn't bring it into court. Now, Palworld made sure it wasn't a direct copy, they made sure everything was good before they made the game. I think they even checked with Nintendo to make sure it was okay to make this game and make sure it wasn't going to affect anything. They were all cool about it. 4 years later, and goddamn Nintendo was suing Palworld over infringement, petition, and copyright. When they went through all the hoops, which this game was good, and all of a sudden now it's not good. And like, Palworld is a different breed. They pretty much took Minecraft's building and mining mechanics. They took gun designs and shooting from a lot of early and newer first-person shooter games. They took some of like the catching designs, maybe from Pokemon, but not as much. They did it way differently. Rename or redesigned Pal Balls. They call them Pal Spears. Crying out loud, their version of Pikachu, if you want to call it that, is this huge panda bear fat thing with like pointy ears. They're completely different, and like, mind you, the gameplay is differently from Pokemon now. Yes, you catch pals, you have to shoot or beat them up to low weight first, and even after doing that, to catch them with the Pal Spears. Pal Spears you don't just get or buy, you have to craft the damn things too. The game has mining mechanics, like slavery mechanics, like you can catch NPCs and enslave them, make them work for you. Catch pals, the same thing. Pals work for you, there's different ones, there's raid bosses they added to the game. Open world exploration, it makes Horizon Forbidden West look like a joke of how good and open world their game is. Mind you, this game was an indie dev game, small company that made this game, alright? Unreal Engine 5, updates are coming almost every month. It puts Minecraft to shame for their one update every year. It puts them to shame. Dude, like, for instance, man, Power updates almost every month, sometimes every week. Like, and they made more money from their games that have come out recently. Like, I mean, you can look at Concord. That game flopped so hard that no one even wanted to touch that piece of shit. They spent Concord spent 500 billion. And shit, remember I was watching the game show with you on your live stream, and they showed Concord, and you're like, this game looks pretty good, and I was like, this game looks like a complete utter piece of dog shit. Sure, that game had a story mode. They're trying to do shit like Destiny 2, my man. Trying to make that shit Destiny 2 style now, dude. By having like a weekly story thing. You do challenges, you get a little cutscene or some shit, which, I'm sorry. Put about $500 billion to $1 million into this game. And guess what? They only made $25,000. They only made 1% of their profits back. The game is flopping harder than the goddamn Minecraft movie trailer we got recently. Which, don't even get me started on that piece of dog shit. I don't know, shit. The CGI looks like a D-rated movie that someone would probably throw in the trash can after watching it. Crying out loud. They couldn't even pixelate Steve. Like, Jack Blake is playing Steve. Yes, I get that, man. They could at least CGI or pixelate it and made him look like the other CGI things in the game. I mean, in the movie. And still kept him as the voice actor and everything. They didn't have to change that. But no, they didn't do that. They kept them as people. Now, I guarantee people beating up CGI characters is not going to look good on a screen. It's going to look really weird and shitty. Started what they did to the guy that plays Aquaman. Like, look at his character choice. He looks like the definition of gay boy or a bad hip-hop star wearing some gay-ass clothes. Like, I have nothing against gay people, but that thing looks like a disgrace to all gay people. Like, they didn't even go to Minecraft. Probably have to defeat the Wither and the Dragon and stuff like that, man. Or anything. They decided to go the route of, oh, we're trapped here, we're gonna have to find our way home and get out of here. They didn't even use the goddamn Minecraft music. None of the game Minecraft, they didn't even really, what I heard, ask the people behind Minecraft what the story of the movie should be. Well, look at a good damn movie or a show, man. Look at the One Piece live action show. They quite literally had the goddamn manga writer on set, helping them make the story, helping them set it up, helping them do it so it looked really good. Did they do that with Minecraft? Nope. They shot that shit right down the damn drain. Shot it triple. Shot in the goddamn heart. Pissed on it. Took a shit on it and buried it. Yes, but my dude, you need to know, they put a lot of money into that. And if you don't know, one of the stocks have been dipping down because the amount of money they put in Suicide Killer Justice League, that game flopped so hard it quickly made their stock. I was looking at their damn stocks the other day. Their stocks and Disney's stock... Finish? Their stocks and Disney and Warner Bros. Stock, from what I've seen, both, I quote here, are $20 a piece right now. You can't make this shit up. Player story-driven games. Now in the 2020s, it's always got to be an online co-op multiplayer fucking game. It doesn't work, and the servers never ever seem to handle it properly. Never ever seem to work. Look at Call of Duty every single goddamn year. Every single man year that they always F up the servers. Fortnite, every single damn year, a new update comes out. They never ever get the damn servers right. There's always a problem. There's always an issue. It's like, you know you can have a bunch of people playing your game and somehow you still F up the servers. Like, it's not that hard to fix that shit. No, but I'm just saying, they're a big company, but somehow even they fuck up their own servers constantly, man. And number two, that's like, why the hell does it always be an online game? Space Marines 2 now, man, for example, co-op was fun and all that shit, don't get me wrong. The original game, I think had split screen co-op. Why the hell did it need to be online? Play the game at all, you need to be online. That's so dumb. There should be an option for when you, like, Power Worlds did it good. Like, when you want to play online, you make your world online. If you don't want to play online, you don't have to have a Wi-Fi or internet connection. You can play Power World without that. You can play it single player by yourself. Marines 2, you need to go into the online mode to even select the goddamn campaign. And if, say you were online but you got kicked off, and the last thing you had selected was the multiplayer, I don't even think it's going to load you work properly, which is so stupid, man. Like, I'm still sick of dumbass damn games for their online BS and their all this other crap. Like, I'm an OG player that's been playing video games in the 2000s. I used to love player games, but only time I ever bought Call of Duty was for the goddamn campaign, not for the multiplayer. The same thing with Halo. And then I tell people that, people are like, well, no one gives a shit about the campaign no more. And I start laughing. I'm like, dude, most people got into most of these games just for the campaign. They never gave a while ago to now, man. I seen the trailer for it. I'm like, this game looks pretty good. And kind of reminds me of Elden Ring a little bit now, man. And it plays just like fucking Elden Ring. It's like China's version of Elden Ring. Mind you, this is the first Chinese game studio's game ever. And it has more players playing it than Elden Ring, even with the DLC. It sold more copies of Ring and its DLC combined together. And it still has more active players than Elden Ring currently right now. Like, now, mind you, too, man, as well. Got this damn straight to me, man. Explain this to me really good, alright? Xbox. They have options. Xbox Series X and Xbox One both did, which I never knew this, but it was pretty cool to know now, that you could play backwards compatibility games. Xbox Series X right now, you could play Xbox One, Xbox 360, and the original Xbox games on the Xbox Series X with the goddamn disc. So I could go out and buy like a couple Xbox 360 games I really like, War for Cybertron, or the old Civil War game for 360, you know? As long as I have the damn disc, I can play that game on that. Oh, so why in the love of God, on PS5, can I not able to play PS1 and PS2 or the rest of those type of games on the PlayStation 5, but I can only play PS4 games on there? Explain that to me. And mind you, not all the PS Plus games, that higher edition of PlayStation. The old Ghost Rider game, not there. Original Iron Man 1 and 2 game, not there. Iron Man games, you know, Sony owns the goddamn games, so crying out loud. Old Incredible Hulk games, not there. Vice versa, none of those games are there, and those are all Marvel games too, mind you, man, alright? And I get they're all licensed games, but still not, man. If I have the damn disc, I should be able to goddamn play that, but it's not an option. Old Godzilla game. Godzilla game for PS4, my bad. None of the, excuse me, I can't talk today, fuck. None of the old games you can play backwards compatibility on PlayStation. But you can play any other games on it. Doesn't not make sense to me at all, man. Other damn games, man, play on there. Any of them, alright? But not what I just said just now, man. It's so damn dumb. I want to go back to the Power Nintendo lawsuit because, number one, about that too, from what I heard and looked at, Nintendo didn't specify what they infringed on, what the petition was about. All they said was Power World. I even posted a video about it on my YouTube channel. You guys can check that out. Power World posted on Twitter. They got a legal notice from Nintendo saying legal action against them because they broke some kind of petition and infringement. Now, Power World even said they don't know what they broke. They don't know what Nintendo's going on about. Nintendo in the past has always been known to be a greedy company. Now, my theory is they're mad. They're suing the shit out of Power. You know, Power's made a bunch of money, as well as that Power World made more money than them. Oh, Nintendo's newest games all flopped hard, and etc., etc. Now, depending on where this lawsuit goes, because Power World the headquarters is located in Tokyo, Nintendo's is a Japanese company, but they also have headquarters in the United States. Power Worlds has a contract with Xbox, well, for Game Pass. So if this lawsuit does go through, unless Nintendo has a good case, they might lose it. But since they're such a big, huge company in Japan, people are claiming that they might win the lawsuit and whatnot against Power World. Power World doesn't really have that foothold, that connection, you know what I mean? But if Power World's smart, if someone get the lawsuit to get taken place in the United States, and someone get Xbox to back them, which I don't know if it's gonna happen. They have a contract with Xbox, so they could. Infringement copyright usually means they either stole certain parts of their game and used it to make their own game, which they did not do that because the game looks hella different. You want to go in a comparison of graphics, bro? Look at fucking Pokemon's newest games. The graphics look like something from 1960. They're god awful. Power Worlds is an Unreal Engine 5, crying out loud. Their graphics look phenomenally realistic and good. And combat, fighting, the building, the mining, all in Power World is all unique and separately and all in its own separate way done compared to what Pokemon has done. And Power Worlds deliberately made their Pokeballs. And it's not like Power Worlds use the same Pokeballs. They call them Pal Spheres. They call the weapons by certain names. They call the Pals by their own unique different types of names. Like, people claim, yeah, some of the Pals do look similar to Pokemon's Pals, are shaped copies. But yes, I get game mechanics are not copyrighted. And each country and state has their own laws and things. But from my knowledge, and I'm not a legal lawyer or a knowledger of any laws, so don't take my words with a grain of salt here, but from what I know, copyrights when you use an actual part of someone's either content, video, or one of the songs from like Ozzy, right? Let's say Highway to Hell or something like that, alright? Sorry, ACCD I mean. Use 5 seconds of their clip in my video as like an intro, right? Called copyright, and I could be sued for that, or I won't get money from it because it's illegally using that for marketing, and Power Worlds is not doing that. Damn game is different. Similar. They changed the designs slightly to look different, so it gets over that line. But Nintendo has been known to steal things from other people's games and copy them. Like, there was an old game, I guess, called Dragon Quest from Square Enix, and Nintendo supposedly was a big deal back then. They blatantly stole one of the game enemy designs or characters or something, put it in their game. Square Enix didn't sue them, but they blatantly copied and stole it. Very fine, weary line when it comes to copyright infringements. Now, the only things I could see them getting Power World with is like the Pokemon catching mechanics, but even certain game mechanics are not copyrighted material. Some I checked to make a monster catching game, and if Power World tried to sue me, it would be going against my rights because I have freedom to make that type of game. I'm blatantly using the same designs, their characters. I'm not taking their Pal Spheres and putting it into my own game. I'm not taking their characters and putting it in my own game, so it's not copyrighted. But like I said, it's very iffy. There's a good chance that Nintendo knows something we don't know. Like maybe they know that Power World might have stole some of their games, some of their game designs and twisted it and made it look like their own. Maybe they stole some of their software. Maybe they went in the files and took some, like maybe some of the Power World's characters were originally Nintendo's characters, but they didn't release them for whatever reason, and Power World took those. Used very iffy. If they did that, then yeah, they just hardly deserve to get like sued. It's a very iffy fine line, you know what I mean? Now, Armsicle was talking about this, and if you guys don't know, he's a big YouTuber, he's been around for a while. He actually started his channel back in like 2000 something. I think I was only like 3 or 4 at the time. But he was saying, no, he was in high school around that time, but that's when he started his channel. But yeah, and each country, each state has their own rules when it comes to copyright and infringements and stuff. Like I said, they have Power World has a contract with Xbox. Nintendo has a foothold in Tokyo. Depending on how they go and depending on how their case is, I don't know what's going to happen. They might win, they might not. Nintendo has like a 99% conviction rate in Japan, supposedly. So it's very iffy to say what's going to happen. I really don't know. But the problem is with copyright infringement, it's such a thin, hard line to process. It's super iffy, it really is. I really don't know. No, I don't know. Like I said, Nintendo's newer games have sold shitty. They have lost money in a lot of regards of things. They still make damn money, but they have lost a lot of money too at the same time. Right now, their game companies are like falling short. As bad as like Xbox and PlayStation, as Warner Brothers, stuff like that. More game studios. A few game studios that like for instance, the ones that made that newer Saints Row game. That game came out, it sold so poorly. Did so shitty. Company actually Blizzard actually shut down. They didn't make enough money. They studio had to close their doors permanently. Other studios just like that happened to them as well. Now people keep saying that the next video game crash. First one was like in 19 something. Then they lost a lot of money. Video game shit crashed hard, supposedly, due to the fact that I guess they didn't make enough money or something. I'm not sure. But people keep claiming the video game crash will be coming. Honestly, personally, I think the video game crash is gonna come. When it does, it's gonna be a wake-up call for a lot of game companies to stop having political bias and opinions in their games, to stop pushing for games to be microtransactable, being greed, being wokeness, being all that shit. If they start making games for people that actually want to play them and actually enjoy them, again, they could recover. But if they don't, I could see a lot more game studios closing their doors soon. And I could definitely see gaming going extinct in the past. Things are going, how stupid game companies are. They might think that gaming is just a dying breed. They might not want to make games no more. It might happen. You know? I really don't know happening, but take it for a second. And a lot of game companies too, man, they get into gaming and they don't know nothing about how to make games. They hire people that claim they do, but people can lie about their experience and they don't know nothing about gaming. A lot of games I like to use as an example are like a lot of good games or a lot of crappy ass games. For instance, I played so many games over the years, it's like so hard to think. What's sold horrible over the years? I'm not sure. 2 was with an online multiplayer shooter game that's been farming people for a while, but look at the latest things. The newest DLCs for Destiny 2 sold horribly. Like, Lightfall sold decently good and whatnot. Witch Queen sold good. Lightfall sold kind of shit. Final Shape, which I streamed the full playthrough for that. You guys can check that out as well on my channel. pyroplaysgames. Went really shitty as well. I mean, I enjoyed that DLC. They finally ended the whole light versus dark storyline. You know, we killed the witness. It's all over now. Yeah, see, me, man, I'm more of the DLC story guy. I like the storyline of it and whatnot. Friends got me into it, but they all quit off the game. Now I'm kind of by myself playing it now. But yeah, I mean, the way things are going, it doesn't look good. Even like Bungie, for instance, and whatnot. Like they're losing a lot of money. Like they lost over $100 billion or something like that, a big number and whatnot. And they fired like almost 250 game developers. People they keep firing, all these game companies keep firing, are the same developers that love this game, keep pushing out the good content for the game, keeping the game hyped and alive. Once they push them out, games really start to die. Like if you look at Concord, for instance, that game hired people that didn't know nothing about gaming. Yes, there were some good developers that really loved the game, really were pushing for it, but I mean, look at the game. It was god awful, and it made a good point. The game had no bugs. Like the game, for instance, man, when you played it, there was bugs in the game. What game in the world can you think of that has launched with no bugs whatsoever? I can't think of any. Put a joke on the whole dead meme is that the game had no bugs, but the characters were boring, uninteresting. They tried the Guardians of the Galaxy route, which mind you, the Guardians of the Galaxy game did come out by Square Enix. It's a single player, not co-op. And the only Avenger game that came out, man, that game, no, they discontinued it, right? Yeah, I own that damn game on PlayStation and Xbox. Funny, man, is that game right there, man, it did god awful and shit, man. People love the multiplayer on. I mean, love the still campaign on it. I find the campaign interesting to finally see MODOK. Finally see MODOK and aim like in live action, an actual game was pretty cool, man. But nah, dude, it did god awful and shit, man. But you know what's funny? Disney Infinity prior came out with their own Marvel's Avengers game. The figurines and how the game did, how it sold and shit. The game made more money than goddamn fucking the Marvel's Avengers game. It did way better too now, man. Like it did super good. A lot of money. It was really well done good. A good Avengers game I could think of was remember the old game back in the day with like Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain America. It's where Doctor Doom becomes evil, man, kills most of the heroes. You have to go around and fight Galactus. You have to fight Galactus and get one of this something from him. Then you needed to go fight, I guess Thanos was part of it, I don't know. It was an old game back in the damn day. Can't remember the name of it, but I know it was a really good game. Supposedly I heard rumors that game might be getting remastered. Yeah, the newest Captain America 2. You know what's funny? Yeah, you know what's funny, man? Captain America's game, there was actually an original one that came out back on 360. It was called Captain America World War 1 or 2 or something, Hydra, whatever. And the game was a lot of fun, man. I remember beating up like Hydra and Nazis with the shield.